That hasn't worked, has it? I don't think that's worked. Oh, what's that one? Pretty sure we're not live in there. Hey, if this is live in the Facebook group, which I don't think it is, can somebody let me know? Oh, are you in there, Sandra? Oh, can you? Great. That's awesome. Thank you, Sandra, for texting me. I love you. Okay, now I'm going to just go in, if I can get in, to invite my lovely lady along. Copy URL. Please forgive me while I muck about with this. Old people in technology, eh? It's a challenge. Okay, Facebook message, Nicole. Okay, paste. Actually, what I'm going to do, Sandra, is I am going to, I want to paste in there, is I'm going to send you a link to this meeting as well, Sandra. While we wait for Melissa, for Nicole, you can pick my brains as much as you want. How about that? You can tell me about our cunning little plan that we devised on when we did our LinkedIn meeting. You can tell me how you're going with your posts. I'd love to hear about it. Okay, let me just put that little thing in there. Sandra, you know how to use Zoom, so you're welcome to jump on in there. One way or another, we're going to talk about scaling up. So I'm going to wait for one of these ladies to join me. Now, the reason that we're talking about scaling up is that we are heading on into 2020. It's going to be a cracker of a year. I've already done, I think I said somewhere else that I've done 30 business expansion plans with clients over the last 10 days. It's been frenetic and freaking amazing. Some people are coming out with some great ideas for what to do in 2020 and the year ahead, and things are shifting in business. So it's not business as usual anymore, and what you used to work is no longer working, and that's frustrating, right? And you might be in a point there where you're like, yeah, I've been in business for 10 years and yeah, it's gone okay, but I bet you've noticed a gradual decline in the results that you're getting with the usual things that you do. And that's because there are new things to do. We're actually shifting the way that we operate. We like working in groups more, but they have to be authentic groups. They have to be groups that we're comfortable with. And in order to scale up and reach more people without having to put in too much more effort and hence burn yourself out, you need to find a different way to operate. So I challenge you, even if you have a business expansion plan for 2020, I want you to go back and have a look at it. Is it really a business plan for 2020, or is it just more of the same stuff that you already know how to do? And the thing is you got to the point that you're in your business at the moment with the amazing business skills that you've got, and they got you to this point. But the new skills and the new things to grow you to the next point are actually entirely different. Just the same as you're no longer a 7-year-old child, you're no longer your first to second or third year in business, and you need some new skills to take you there so that you can grow. Now, scaling up, what we're supposed to be doing this live session on that we haven't had Nicole join us on yet, I'm going to start talking because Nicole can watch this when she comes back. I have already had a quick chat with Nicole, but it actually didn't go live. So we're doing it live again for you now, just so that you can, one, experience what coaching is actually like and see that it's not me whipping your butt the whole time, which is what people can think. And I can do that when that's what's necessary, and sometimes it is, but I always whip your butt with love, if that makes sense. I always make sure that you actually get what you need and that you're fully supported. No point flogging a dead horse, right? We don't want you dead. So I'm going to talk about business expansion and scaling up your business and how managing your time actually hooks into that. There's no point in scaling up your business if you don't actually have the time to serve the people that you're going to attract into your business. And we tend to get that the wrong way around. So we think about, okay, we're going to attract all these clients. So first of all, we start with a no client problem. So we attract. We learn all this stuff about marketing, and I can tell you lots about different sorts of Facebook posts to do and how to engage with your tribe and what to do. Attract. We get all these clients, and then we're like, oh, now what? Like, I don't have a booking system. I don't have a system to track them. I don't have a system to follow them up. There is no point taking clients on if you don't actually have the space to make them feel held, because you'll be taking their money, they'll be mad, and they're going to want their money back. And you shouldn't be taking on a client if you can't deliver on your promise. Now, I'm not giving you an excuse to hold back on attracting clients. I want you to be doing both at the same time, but you use different parts of your brain for that. So often we're in this creative space, which is really amazing, but we forget about the systems. And actually, there aren't many people that are good at systems, especially not females that can also bring the support with the systems. Often you get people that do real technical speak and you struggle to understand them, and the systems are so complicated that you need a degree just to understand the system, that you just wanted to make your business simple. So I think I bring you something unique there, where I'm actually a female that can communicate, that can support you, that is out loud and brave enough to call it like it is, but I understand systems really well and I can make them simple. I've used the most complex systems and thrown them away, and I stick with simple systems, but my systems aren't going to be your systems. They need to be your systems to work in with your time restrictions, your clients, your communication methods, and where you actually want to go with your business. So because I already know a little bit about Nicole, I'm going to start talking about that for you. So Nicole is trying to scale up her business. She's having no trouble getting leads and getting clients, which is great news, but she's struggling to get it all done. So she's got 2 little kids and she works in the city and she has to travel by train to and from work. But she's still finding 3 hours to work on her business. Now, if Nicole can do it and work on her business, then so can you, right? So can all of us. If she can do it with 2 little kiddies, then so can she. Nicole's just messaged me saying that she's going to be home by 5:30, but we're just going to go ahead and do this live now, and Nicole can come in and watch it a little bit later. So with the, in fact, I'll just tell her that I'm on now. I'm on now talking. Okay. Where did I get to? Oh, brain fade there. So scaling up systems, right? So you need a system that actually works for you. So I've talked to Nicole a lot about chunking her time, because she has that precious 3 hours and she's dedicated. She's committed to making that 3 hours work, but she needs a system. What she was doing is she was getting on and, you know, engaging in lots of groups and doing lots of this marketing activities, which has produced some results for her. Hey. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Hey, darling. I've just been talking a little bit about you and how you've got 2 kids and you're trying to get a business up off the ground and you're working a full-time job and you have to travel to work, and saying that if you can do it, babe, then so can everybody else. You are super committed.
Oh, thank you. One kid though.
3 hours a night to.
Maybe you're looking into my future, but right now it's only 1 kid. Yes, maybe. You're clearly looking into my future.
Not right now, you're growing a business.
Yeah, this is my baby at the moment.
You're growing a business for a baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's hard work having kids, but if you're committed to growing your business, then you will.
Yeah.
And what I was telling everyone on the live beforehand is that we're going to talk about scaling up your business, because you've done all this marketing and attracting clients, and that's working okay for you. You're getting some clients, but you need the systems in the background so that you can actually scale up. Because if you're going to have to serve those clients in that 3-hour block, you're going to have to be super organized. So sometimes scaling your business is about setting a plan. Sometimes scaling your business is about marketing, and sometimes scaling your business is about figuring out systems. And for you at the moment, it's about figuring out your systems so that you can scale up. So let's get cracking and talk about some time management techniques for you.
Awesome.
So Nicole and I did a live session today that I didn't press live on. And we talked about chunking, and basically I talked to Nicole about how when you switch modes, so when you go from creative on Canva to then answering emails to then engaging in a group and answering their questions, that you're flicking between brain modes and it just gets exhausting. So you need to stick in at least one brain mode for an hour. So over your 3 hours that you have, Nicole, you might do 1 hour of client attraction activities, and then you can set a timer on your phone and then the phone goes off, and then you switch over into your creative mode and you make all your pictures on Canva, then your alarm goes off, and then you switch over to engaging in your groups.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do just one thing on one night, but you need to do at least one thing for an hour.
Yeah,
so
totally focused.
Yeah, and I mean, there are all sorts of techniques. So like the Pomodoro technique is where you just focus intensely for 20 minutes. For someone that is cracking along in their business, 20 minutes isn't actually long enough.
No.
You can train yourself to be really involved for an hour, but I would suggest after that hour, you at least get up and do one yoga stretch, just to flick your brain over, just to break state, like Calvin does us, break state, and then move into the next thing.
Okay, cool.
So when we talked earlier today, we talked about a great system whereby you can spew out all of your content.
Yeah.
And I talked
word
to you
vomit.
about exactly a word vomit, and that you can word vomit onto Otter AI, and that dictates all of the words for you and emails it straight to you. So then you just go and catch that email, dump it onto a Word doc, chunk it down into 30 different Facebook posts, go into Canva, make those pretty posts, and upload it all onto Buffer.
I think that's brilliant. That's definitely going to be one of the main things that is absolutely going to help me, because just going on a walk, I have all the ideas that come to me, and by the time I get back, I'm like, what was that again that I wanted to say? And literally, if I went live, it would be great, but sometimes that's just it's not in the right environment. But I'm thinking, the way my brain is working is it's actually how I would be if I was doing it live, or as I would be typing. And as it comes spewing out of me, except it stays in my head. And then once it's done that, it's gone. So I'm always like, oh, damn, that was so good, but I don't have it. So this Otter AI is going to help me so much by just spewing that into there, and then using that to be on. It's amazing. I'm really excited about that part.
So Nicole, the reason it goes is that you're channeling it.
Yeah.
So that's why. But you have a precursor to channeling, right? You either get hot, you get prickly, you get something, right? You know you're about to channel. So
vibrationally, yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool. So whenever you get your trigger for channeling, I want you to turn on your phone and do a live. I don't give a fuck where you are.
Okay.
It doesn't matter about the environment. You are a coach on all this authenticity. If you're on the bloody toilet, do it on the toilet. Be authentic.
Yeah. I need to, I preach authenticity all the time, but it's definitely, you know, how as coaches, we're on the journey and we're still developing a lot of these things ourselves. So I can be super bold and authentic in so many ways, and people look up to me like insanely. And sometimes I kind of wonder, I don't know why they look up to me so much. And then in other ways, I'm like, I really need to work on this. And lives is definitely one of the places I need to work on. And it's crazy because everybody I talk to, they always say, if that's where I want to go in real life, I want to be on stage, not on stage, but I want to be doing live events, live retreats, all the things live. So being on live Instagram and Facebook is just the beginning of that. And everybody says that's where I'm at my best anyway. So I don't know why it's a little bit of a fear for me, but actually I do know why. It's because it's probably where I belong. So I just need to go there.
And so what's the fear of stepping into where you belong?
I think it's probably trying to authentically get my message across. But at the moment, I know that, like you say, if I'm channeling, I'm getting the message across. But I overthink things. So I always think that I need to overplan lives. I need to have something specific that I need to say, because I can go off on tangents. And often I'm thinking, oh, am I going to be helping people if I'm going off on these tangents, where it's the comparison and the imposter syndrome, where I see everyone else on lives and they've got this thing that they've set out and they've had an intention for the live, and they've gone on there within a certain intention with this is what they're going to teach, and they're very teaching in their lives. And I always feel like I have to over prepare all the stuff before I can put myself on the live.
There's a story in there. My inner coach can't stay quiet.
Yeah.
So Nicole, what makes you think that they've prepared something to say?
I often see them looking at notes, or like having like a 3 points.
And when you look at the people looking at their notes, what do you think? Do you lose engagement with them when they look at their notes?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so why would you want to follow them?
I don't know. I don't know why I think that I need to be more structured for some reason to
when
give
was
value.
the time in your past when you had to be structured? When did you get in trouble for not being structured?
Probably school.
Okay. So tell me, what is your earliest memory of being in trouble for not being structured?
Yeah, it's probably just, early stages of school, trying to be creative and being put back in line of not being, having to do certain ways at certain times and being told that it was wrong to do it the creative way.
Okay. And do you have a certain memory in your head right now, a certain picture?
I feel like there might be one, but it's not coming to me right now. But maybe I'll have a sit and I'll meditate on it and see what comes up.
Good. And when you get that picture, I want you to ask what the lesson is.
Yeah.
And then I want you to find 3 reasons that it is no longer true. I want you to find proof that it is no longer true for you.
Yeah. And just channel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've worked on the fear behind it, which if we were doing a proper coaching session and we didn't have the world watching, I would dig into that with you right now. And it would be completely unfair to do that in a live session. I wouldn't do it. If we were coaching privately, it'd be entirely different. I'd dig. But so once you have dealt with that fear, what is it going to take for you to actually show up and do the lives? What do you commit to?
So I've been working on this already. I've recreated my office space this weekend and just taken everything out that I didn't feel that was me. My husband's agreed that this is my space. I can do with it what I please. We used to have the washing in here and I just didn't want to be in here with the chores. Do you know what I mean? It was feeling like my whole space was chores and washing and I hated it. And he also likes structure, so he's all against the walls. He wants the open space in the room, so my desk was pushed against the wall and everything was just not the way I like it. And now I've made the space totally mine, very creative, like it's all at angles. And so that just happened this weekend. This is my couch where I'll be doing my live streams. So I've got a space now that I'm happy to sit in and do it. I'm clearing the room energetically as well so that it's totally mine. But I also, like you say, don't need to put pressure on myself that this is going to be the only place that I do my lives. I need to just jump on whenever I'm called to. So that's going to be probably my challenge and my action that I'm going to take is just jumping on whenever.
Good. Okay. So how often do you start to channel stuff that you'd like to do a live on that you don't?
Oh, daily.
Okay, good. So I challenge you over the next 5 days. So that's going to include some of the weekend.
Yeah.
The next 5 days, I want you to do a live every single day.
Cool.
I want you to wait for the precursor of the channeling. And then I want you to jump on and do that authenticity live. If you're too afraid to do it in your own group to start with, jump into my group and do it.
Okay.
No, nobody knows you in there yet. Jump in there and do it.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, they'll know you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that?
Good. I need the challenge. I need the accountability. So I'm just going to do it, take ownership of it and run with it.
Good. Okay. So now I'm going to give you a live format.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you jump into your live, make sure that you put in a comment. Don't do a live without a comment, otherwise people won't know what you're talking about. And lots of people will watch you energetically in the live and they won't turn on the sound because they're somewhere where they don't want people to hear. So when you jump in to do a live, you need to put a real catchy heading. So I can't remember what I put in this one, but something about live coaching session, jump on if you want some time management tips. But really you want to tell people what you're going to teach them. So whatever you're starting to channel, it might be around stopping hiding behind your kids or, whatever it is, and just put that as your tagline. Are you hiding behind your kids? Do you want to find out how to stop that? And then jump on and you always introduce yourself. Hey, Nicole from blah, 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 say your tagline.
Yeah.
Today, I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to talk about why hiding behind your children is something that everybody does, and 3 points on how you cannot do it. It doesn't matter that you don't know those 3 points. I don't know whether you've ever watched any of my lives, but I never come with a plan, ever.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever done any live recording plan ever.
Okay, cool.
I just start talking. And then once I've said I'm going to come up with 3 points, I make them up. Like all of the knowledge is there in my head.
Yes, I believe that fully.
Years,
it's collective consciousness. Yeah, I fully believe that. So I don't know why I worry about it.
Because of the block. If you can't nail that block on your own, make sure you tell me, okay? And I really want to make sure that you do nail that. Okay, good. All right, so you've got your challenge.
Yes, I've got a challenge.
Challenge. When you do it, you can tag people. I want you to tag me in it.
Okay,
and I'm going to give you some feedback on your live.
Perfect.
Anyone else watching this, if they want to join in the challenge with Nicole and do 5 lives for 5 days in a row to scale up their business, you are welcome to join. If you tag me in it, I will give you feedback.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. And this was going to help with my time management because I'll get so much more engagement from doing lives than I will be doing posts. So yes, I'll do my posts, but I'll chunk them down into 30 or 40 pieces that I can schedule, as we discussed with Buffer, scheduling 2 weeks in advance and just having that go. But jumping on a live and sharing value with this way is going to get a lot more engagement a lot quicker. So yeah, time management with that is going to help a lot. Doing a 15 minute live is going to help, instead of sitting on hours trying to come up with a post.
Exactly. And the other thing that we talked about is engagement in groups, that it can sometimes be a waste of time. So pick just 2 groups that you really resonate with, and rather than answering people's questions individually, jump in and do a live in that group and say, hey, a lot of people today are talking about this, that, and the other. This is what I would actually suggest for that.
Yeah.
So doing lives in that format as well. Now, the other thing that you can do for time management that I didn't get to talk about last time that I wanted to talk about is doing a brain dump. So when you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Then just do a brain dump. Write absolutely everything, including folding the washing or, whatever the jobs are. And then take several color highlighters and highlight the ones that are going to move you towards your goal. And then cross out the chores. Literally, it doesn't matter if the washing doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And then for the ones that you've highlighted that are actually going to move you towards your goals, I want you to sit there and look at what can I get done in 10 minutes and do those immediately, because it will cross things off your list. It will take out the overwhelm. Then I want you to go back and look at what are the things that actually really truly matter, and then schedule those into your diary. And that's all you need to do. Every time you feel overwhelmed with time, just drop and do that same system over and over.
Okay, cool. 10 minutes, do immediately. I'm just making notes. Awesome.
And you have a planning day, right? So you plan your week ahead.
Yeah, I do. So I wake up every morning and do a morning routine, and I set intentions for the day. But I've been also waking up slightly earlier as well to work on my business immediately in the morning. I used to have a planning day, but it's kind of fallen to the wayside. That's probably why I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed.
I would definitely go back to the planning day and pick your most luxurious day. Like Sunday is always my planning day because I feel really good on a Sunday. I've ridden my horse and I've done what I want to do. So, and then in the afternoon, I sit down and I plan what I'm going to do on each of the days, and I schedule it straight into my diary. So if you sit down, when you sit down to actually plan your day, have everything in front of you, have your client avatar in front of you, have your business goals in front of you, have your strategic annual plan, have your quarterly goals in front of you, and look at your quarterly goals, look at your monthly vision, and then plan your month out. So you should be doing this every month as well, and then each week go, okay, what are the steps that I'm going to take this week?
Get that goal for that month. So
it's all about chunking down. So from year to quarterly goals, down to monthly intentions, down to weekly plans, down to daily doing lists, and then at the end of the week, review. What did I do really well? What could I have done better? What remains to be done? What can I cross off my list that's actually just free?
Cool. Yeah, being really intentional with my time. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, join me on my 5-day challenge, people.
Yeah. Let's see if anyone's brave enough. Sandra, you're not getting out of it. You have to do it. I know you're watching this.
Come on, do it with me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
All
awesome.
right,
Thank you
darling.
so much.
You're
I
more
will
than
speak
welcome.
to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.